Hey, what's shaking? It's Alex Greenwood, host of PR After Hours here on Anchor FM. I've been podcasting off and on since 2006, and I've got to tell you something. Back in the old days when it was all stone knives and bear skins and a string and Dixie cups, podcasting was a real challenge. Fast forward to today, and it's still got a lot of challenges, especially for folks who don't have time to set up a home studio or go to a studio or things like that. So I found Anchor FM and I love it, love it, love it for how easy it is to create my own podcast here on this channel called PR After Hours. I love how you can put everything together so simply right from your desktop or your phone. And there's so many great creation tools that allow you to record and edit your pod right there. And I just can't recommend that part alone enough. Also, though, Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can make money from this too with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started. That's the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And we'll see you back at PR After Hours. Hey, this is your virtual cocktail maker and shaker, Alex Greenwood with PR After Hours. We're offering you what I call a quick shot. This is just a little cocktail of tips in a shot glass for you. And the whole point of that is you're on the go and you're busy and maybe you're in the car between places and you don't have time for a big, long podcast episode. Well, great. I'm here to help. All right, let's get right to it. A lot of folks ask me, Alex, what are some ways that I can, while I'm building, say, a freelance business or my own small business, that I can have some passive income generation? And this is a thing that I have been working on for a long time. And I've been in business over 10 years now. And I have been a writer all of my life, basically, but my entire professional career as well. So there's a couple of things I do to generate passive income. Passive income, just simply put, is stuff that you don't have to go get. It just starts coming to you. It's just an easy way to supplement your income. And it's stuff that you can put it out there once or twice, and it's out there, and it just keeps generating income. So let me talk to you about a couple of things that I have done. One of them is blogging. Many freelancers and others, small businesses, have blogs or websites to advertise their services and skills. And it can be a great way to find work and sell yourself. But have you considered your blog or a different one as a way to make money? Well, yeah, besides the fact that my blog helps attract new business, I can't tell you how many people say, wow, I found you on the first page of Google as a PR agency in Kansas City. Well, that's partially because I'm good at what I do, I like to think, but also because I blog constantly like a madman. What does blogging constantly do? It constantly ups you on SEO, search engine optimization. New content, fresh content, content that is written by a human being for human beings will eventually pay off. If you've got a blog, you can make it work while your business is slow. There's never an excuse just because maybe you don't have a client this week, if you're a freelancer in particular. There's not an excuse then for you not to putting your butt in the chair and offering advice and offering content to people to attract attention to yourself and demonstrate what? Your credibility. You can also, if you get going long enough, you can get into sponsored content. Well, what's sponsored content? Well, that's simple. There are lots of companies. Yeah, they've been called click farms by some in a derisive way, but there's lots of companies that create content to share brand information. For example, you may see on our blog on alexgpr.com, you will see on our blog section a lot of posts from a lot of different places, from a lot of different sectors, a lot of different information. A lot of those posts are sponsored content, and I'm proud of it, and I'll tell you why. Because there's valuable business tips from stuff that I would never have known myself, with links back to clients who can help people get the services and products and tips and advice they need. So I love doing that, and I get paid for it, and it helps keep my business going when things are a little slow and cash flow might get a little tight. It's nice to know that I have that passive income of basically getting content that's ready to go that I can put in my blog in minutes and drive on. Now, there's other ways to make money that will go on forever, and this is another way I've done it, passive income. I also am an author. I have written, 7 suspense and mystery novels, and I've written 1 how-to book on Kickstarter, and I've co-written a couple other things and several short stories. Point being, they're all on Amazon.com, right? And anytime I make a sale, there's not been a month go by in years where I've not had some passive income from an ebook. Now, I'm not telling you go out and write a novel. Not everybody can write a novel. Not everybody wants to write a novel. However, let me tell you about that Kickstarter book real quick, though. So about 8 years ago now, I wanted to fund and self-publish a book of mine, and I wanted, at the time, it was not a cheap thing to do that. And so I thought, well, I'll have an experiment here. I will create a Kickstarter crowdfunding account and try to get people to give me the money I need to get my book out there. And so I did that, and I had like 106% of what I asked for. It was wildly successful. The book went out, and the book also sold, incidentally. But everybody who contributed to the crowdfunding, the Kickstarter, they got their premiums and they got their books, and everybody's happy, right? So I wrote a little mini ebook about that, Kickstarter Success Secrets, which I'll link to in the show notes. And by now it's a little dated, by the way, but it's still, I think, a good, handy, short book for people who are kind of wanting to get their feet wet with crowdsourcing. Well, my point being, I sell copies of that book, less so now, as again, the book was written about 8 years ago, but I sell copies of that book definitely every year. Sometimes I sell several a month. It's not always big money, but you know what it is? It's money coming in. Also, what if you're a graphic artist? What if you're selling digital products? Think about your skills. You could sell photographs on things like Redbubble, or there's a ton of sites where you can sell your photographs, or to a stock photo site. You could design website themes, graphics, or logos and sell them on digital marketplaces like Etsy. Unlike physical products, graphics can be sold more than once, but you only need to create them once. So it's a lot like an ebook, right? I've written all these ebooks, they're out there, and I constantly get passive income from stuff I've done previously. You know, there's an old saying, you can get rich only by making money while you sleep, or something along those lines. I firmly believe that, and now I do make money while I sleep. And, you know, incidentally, last thing on this little shot glass, that maybe is a double, actually, a double shot, podcasting. That's right. Podcasting is another way to make passive income. I don't make a ton of money off podcasting. And again, I'll rattle the tip jar if you look in the show notes if you'd like to help keep this program going. But it does provide a platform that is eternal, where I can talk about my products, talk about my services. People hear that, they contact me, they go through the links in the show notes, and bam. So podcasting becomes passive income as well. Well, I think that's about it. It's last call, and I think we all got stuff to do this week, but I wanted to make sure I gave you this double shot of information, this little cocktail of tips about passive income. Look for new episodes coming later in the week. And of course, we have a whole library of shows quickly building that will be there forever, but we'd like you to tune in now and check them all out. And of course, give us a review if you could. If you want to contact us, you can message us through the Anchor FM website, which is linked in the show notes as well. And you could just play your audio clip to me, and I'll answer your questions. All right? I got to wipe down the bar and get moving. So until next time, I'm Alex Greenwood, and this is PR After Hours.